Mm. So, um, yeah, so I have to change location, because I was in a living room, but my little sister, she was busy, she was making a lot of noise, so I have to come here. So tonight, or maybe this morning or evening, it depends, at the time you watch the video, it depends, it can be at a different state, I don't know, you know. So yeah, guys. So like I say, mysticism is very, very powerful. It's really real, And right now, I see a lot of scientific right now, a lot of people from the science field, from the computer field, those environment talk about a lot consciousness, talk about consciousness, and this reality is a simulation. You're just pure awareness, and you are one with God. Even the Bible. Hmm. That's what I say. So yeah, even in the Bible they talk about that, about mysticism a lot, and this one is the observer effect, right? And those things is real. So I've been studying those things a lot, and I got so many experience. I got the out body experience, and I got a near death experience, and then you're not that that physical body, just soul, just also have a human experience, and nothing is separate, everything is one, everything connected. So you have the access to change reality. You have the access to change, right? When I talk about reality, it's just change yourself. Because if you change yourself, everything will start to change in your life. It's not about changing, the reality, just change yourself first, because change self is it's the better thing to do. I'm so sorry, my robot is just laughing. So yeah, so change self is the best thing to do. When you change yourself, everything starts to change. Yeah, quantum physics, yeah, is real. So reality is not, you know, that what you think. It was self. What's going on? What's going on? So so you have to change yourself. The matrix is not. You have nothing to escape. You just to change yourself. Just put your awareness in. The world is a mirror. Can put someone. I don't think on YouTube. I don't think I have access to play some. Especially I'm not a musician too. I'm not a musician. I know. And I don't think so. I think in TikTok, yeah. So yeah, like I said, guys, those things is real, right? And you have nothing to escape, not escape the matrix. You just change yourself, because you are the matrix. You are everything. So when you start to change yourself, when you start to see yourself, and everything will start to change. Everything start to change. I'm not an artist. I'm not an artist. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not an artist. I'm just a mystic. I'm a mystic. You can ask me anything about mysticism, about consciousness. Yeah, I can help you. But actually, a music, no. I'm so sorry. I'm not a musician. I'm so sorry. So a lot of people think like being spiritual. So you have to have a certain diet. You have to have no. Because when I was in New Age, I was deep in New Age and crystal astrology, everything. It's just the conviction of it. The crystal have no power. You give that crystal power because you are the one charging with your emotion, right? So it's the same thing. So when you start to change yourself, when you start to change who you are, and everything will start to change. Yeah. So when you start to change who you are, yeah, everything will start to change. Everything will start to shift. Never talk about that a lot. Never God is a goat. Because you can read all his book, all his material. Hi, mystical professor. You can read all his book, all his material. Talk about something like change self. And right now you see even like people from the scientific field, from the Silicon Valley, talk about consciousness and awareness. And back in the day, if you're talking about those things, they'll say, "Oh, you're crazy," or "You don't know why to talk about it." Yeah. That life you have, just I want to be alive. That's it. I feel it to be alive. I just come live, to share some experience. So I got so many good experience with those knowledge, and I got some terrible experience too with those knowledge. I will start with the terrible one. The terrible one was I got some issue with some family member, and really, really big issue. And the big issue was I was seeing that is the problem. Is the bad guy. Is the bad guy. And all the time I've been victim. I have the victimized mindset. The victim mindset. And I'm never aware of that. And I got so much fear too because I never let go. I never forgave him. Never forgave him. And I keep manifest that same person in my reality again. It can be, yeah, a friend act like the same way I act. It can be somebody else. And I was making that mistake because it's very important because when you in by that state, because your whole body is energy, your body is information, emotion, is energy of movement, is energy and motion. Sorry, I say energy of movement is the French part. So when you start to embody that state, that state you don't really want it, embody that state, you not let go. That's why forgiveness. When you forgive somebody, forgive yourself, you let go. And right now you can choose a new path to go, right? So that was my big mistake. That was my big, big mistake. And I keep manifest that same person in my life. It can be in friendship. There was a family member, and eventually I changed state, I changed places, but the same event keep happening again. It's just like a cycle. It's just like a cycle. And when I forgive that person, and I let go, and I really embrace, and I ask myself who I want to be for real. And I said, "Oh, I want to be loved. That's what I want. Love, abundance. That's what I want. Peace. Abundant love. Health." And I embrace that part in myself. And that's the moment I start to grow. That's the moment a lot of things change in my life. So some people, forgiveness is really important, guys. It's very, very important. Let go. Let go don't mean you're weak. Let go don't mean you're weak. You just know the principle about it because the world is a mirror. The state you embody all the time, it can be reflected. We can change state, we can change country, but if you never change yourself, nothing will start to change because you are the law. You are everything. Yeah, forgiveness is the key to move in the state of the state. Right? Remember, yeah, that's true. Forgiveness is very, very important. Let go and focus on really the thing you wanted. Because when you focus on something you don't want, will come to you more. So you have to embrace those stuff that really you truly want within. You have to be really sincere. So that's why it's very important, guys. I make those mistakes and I learn from it and I help me grow. And I got some beautiful experience. It was the time I hear myself was an amazing experience and I experienced a lot of healing experience. I see a blue being come to heal me because I wasn't by that state. I was really in by that state of health, but I was never waiting for it. Like Never say, the feeling is a secret. Because I truly in by that state I really want for real. It was health, be healthy, see myself healthy. And guys, and I was doing my meditation with no expectation. I was in by that state, and I see a blue beings come to me and heal me. I was in my meditation, and I was really healed. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I go so much, yeah, yeah, because that journey I learned it from to experience. Experience is the best teacher ever. Experience is the best teacher ever, and that's why I take my time to have good experience. Experience is the best teacher ever. Really the best teacher. And I've studied a lot and then I got a lot of experience. You can read a book, but actually you have to practice and have the experience. Don't force to have the experience. Don't force. It's a step-by-step process. It's a step-by-step process and grow from it and learn from it. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a big truth. That's a big truth. Yeah, that's true. And I see with Dr. Joe Dispenza, the stuff he's been doing. They're very amazing. The stuff he's been doing is really, really amazing. The way people heal themselves, he teach people those miracles real, guys. And we are more than that physical body, that suit. We are more than that, guys. More than that. We are very, very powerful, creature. And everything is possible, guys. Everything is possible. Sometimes you have to let go of that ego. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you have to let go. Sometimes you have to let go and embrace and surrender. Like, Mystical Professor always talk about it, it's a video. Surrender. Surrender is very important, guys. And back in the day I was very ego. I got a big ego, and I was very really looking for the prime. And people know me back in the day. I was really prime people and my pride. That was me back in the day. And when I got sick, when I was really sick, you know, and I changed. I changed because yeah, the infinite intelligence or God or the universe is so powerful. It's really powerful. It's really, really powerful, guys. Really powerful. And I learned from that. And I let go and I surrender. And I start to and I can control my thought, I can control my action, I can control what's happening. But you have so many of it I cannot control. Well, my job is to embed that I really want for real. That's the thing I can do. You know, that's the thing you can do too. Just I can decide to drink or not have control of that. But the future, I have to able to control myself first to create a good future. And guess what? Yeah, just be. You have to be. You have to be. You have to embody that state. If you embody that state, and everything will come to you. 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 Hi, Mr. Bob, 1721, 21. I love to listen to 21, back in the day. Yeah. Yeah, but everything is really easy, guys. Easy. Manifestation is not something difficult. It's just you have resistance. It's just you have so much resistance. That's why it's difficult. And surrender. But it's something really easy, guys, because you've been manifest all the time. It's very, very, very easy. It's very easy. And if you read Neville, it teach you very easy. It talk about awareness, your awareness and your God consciousness. You're one with God and God is within. And you have to, only thing you have to do, assume the state that you want and by that feeling. But people see it's very difficult because they're not used to it and by a state of greatness or abundance of something good, of something really amazing. So that's why, because you don't feel familiar with it, that's why you feel like it's difficult. But actually, it's very easy because you embody a state all the time. You embody a state all the time. And another live I will another video I make, I will talk about meditation. I will talk about the stuff, my own journey, with meditation, some of the experience I have with meditation. So manifestation is very, very easy, guys. But remember, you have to change yourself. Don't force to change anybody, just self, guys. That was my big mistake. I forced people to understand me, to accept me. That was just it. I was scared to Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That was me too. That was me too. That was me a lot. And surrender, let go of that control because the 3D society teach you have to no, but actually surrender is the best, guys. It's really the best. It's really the best. And help you a lot, help you go fast and quick. Surrender is amazing. It's really amazing. Those knowledge is very simple, and that's why I love to tell everybody go read Neville. Neville is very simple. Or read Dr. Dispenza to understand more about the science, when those chemical emotion you have, the way they affect your body, because you always assume you're always in by the state. Is simple. It's really simple. And sometimes it's just like technique. Technique is just help you. The technique is not the way to make things happen. It's just a it's just a tools to help you to have less resistance. Less resistance. That's our technique. But you are the technique. You are everything. You know, the best thing you have to make sure you embody that state that you really want. You know the thing you don't want it already. Don't focus on it. Just focus on the thing you really want it. But you're gonna feel unfamiliar with you. You're gonna feel so uncomfortable. Why? Because now you're used to it. It's the same thing for money, for love. If you feel all the time money is difficult for you, or you're not good with money, oh no no no, you're self-conscious about money. You can watch that live with I did with Mr. Professor. We talk about self-concept, right? So when you unbuy that state that you really want, it'll come to you, right? It's easy. You're in by that state all the time, 24 hours. You're always in by that state, always in by that state. Yeah, that's sure. Yeah, when you're in by the state that you really want, you shift your whole reality. That happened to me. One day I'm by the state to, see celebrities, and I see them a lot and I talk to them a lot, and I learn a lot from them too because that's why change self, like Neville said, is very important, guys. You have nothing to try to change the outside, the 3D, because reality, the language of the universe, the thing you think is real, the physical reality is not real for the universe. The language of the universe is frequency and vibration or feeling. If you say feeling, vibration is the same thing. It's just the same thing, different name, right? The scientific language and the mystical language. So change self. That's why when you wake up so mad, everything gone mad too for you, right? But if you wake up at peace and embrace and you bless your day, that's what I do all the time. Every morning I wake up, I bless my day. I bless my day. I bless my day. I assume the day is gonna be amazing, beautiful, and I do maybe some fire or 10-minute meditation, right? And I embrace it, and I got an amazing day. So something important I forgot I have to share before I go. Something really important I have to share, guys. Oh, something I forgot. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow, wow. I got something important to share, guys. Really important. I make those mistakes a lot. Oh man. Oh, something really important. I forgot to. I forgot. I forgot. So maybe another day I will make a video. I talk about it. It come back again. Whatever. So being mystical is just have to see the unknown and trust the unknown, and sometimes it's gonna be unpredictable. It's gonna be unpredictable. That's the truth, guys. When you try to manifest something, it's gonna be unpredictable. The how, when, you don't know. It's not your job to know what's gonna be happening, but I know it's gonna be happening. You know, I manifest money and random thing. Maybe you know, probably a family member give me the money, or probably I did something for somebody and somebody would appreciate it, giving me that money. It come something happen. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, show up with yeah, be sincere with yourself. Really sincere with yourself. Really sincere with yourself. And all the time, always ask yourself, what do you really want? Even the 3D shop, crazy thing, upside down, but always ask yourself, what do you really want? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Guys, you've been spend more time sleep than wake. That's why I say everybody, be kind with yourself. So you spend more time being sleep than wake, understand reality and understand you're the co-creator of your own reality. Okay, you've been in body a state of lack for a long time, maybe for 3 years, maybe for 5 years, maybe for 10 years, maybe for 20 years. Right? So right now you create, and because I'm mystic, so you create an entities. Entities is the spirit is a vibration. Entities, right? Because you've been emotional charge that taught, like the way the monk do, right? When the monk do a mantra, because I study Hindu a little bit. When the monk do a mantra, I can say that mantra. I can say, okay, if I say hala, no, lala, okay, lala, like a mantra, right? And the lala mantra, I emotional charge with something good, right? But every day, it can be for 3 years. I focus myself, I visualize myself. The word lala mean this, and I emotional charge it. It's the same thing. Like I can take that headphone, right, and I charge it. Like the new age people did, right? Is real. So you put your energy on it, and I charge. I say every time for 3 months, right? For 3 months, for 5 years, something. Every time I touch that headset, the case of the headset, money will come to me. I emotionally charge it. Excuse me. That's a part of alchemy. But it's gonna be take me some time. Is the consistency. The more you've been consistent on it, the more you keep practice, the more you put your focus. That's why I never say persist. You have to be persistent. You have to be consistent on it. So it will create, it will come to you natural. It become a part of you. It become a part of your frequency. It become the way you vibrate. So when you start, that's why sometimes when you start to embrace a new state, it can be abundance, it can be love, it can be peace, it can be I have a new subscriber, I have more subscriber, I have more money. The old frequency don't want to die because you want to nature, because you want to have that energy, because all all energy, all vibration don't want to die. They want to live. But you've been feed them for 5 years or for 10 years with fear. That's the way you feed that entity. That's the way you feed that energy. So basically, create a spirit with your yes, 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 or frequency, yes. So that's why you feel like sometimes the universe bring you down. It's not the universe bring you down. It's just that they call I know the name of the French egregore. You create something spiritual, right? Like any like any corporation do that, you know, because you are a corporation because everything's corporation. So most of the corporation do that all the time. So they call I know the name of this egregore in French. I know egregore in French. So it's just like the intention you put in your creative spirit. That's the all frequency, all vibration. So when you change, when you start to change that old self to become the new self, trust me, that old vibration don't to die. That's why we're gonna see a lot, a lot of chaos in the 3D. A lot of chaos in the 3D. It's not your fault. It's the old frequency don't to die. It's not you. Because the old frequency not used to it. That's why. So you have to be precise in your desire reality and keep embodying that state that you want. That spirit doesn't want to die. Yeah, because you probably feed for years unconsciously so many you have to keep sharp every day. Yes, yes, yes. You may say yes. Yeah, that's true. All frequency, all spirit of frequency, you know, everything, is your conviction of it. That's why it's a step-by-step process, guys. But the more you focus, you practice. You have to be consistent, guy. You have to be all the time consistent and by that state that you want. Because human is a creature of human is a creature of I say human is a creature of human is a creature of emotion all the time. Human, So the state you embody, that's the way, that's your state, that's your state of being. So you have to change yourself and everything will start to change. But remember that old frequency, that old energy, that old spirit don't want to die. Don't want to die. That's why I bring all that chaos or end those fear because you've been nature from fear. My own experience, right? All the time I manifest a car. I manifest two car. After a couple months, they break down. I was so much in fear. I was in fear. Yes, I have the car, but all the time I was in fear. Oh, I don't have much money. If the car has some issue, I can lose that car. Blah, blah, blah. And the car keep break down, break down, break down all the time, all the time. And I realized, damn, that was why my inner talk. I was so much fear, and I feed on it. Fear is very powerful, guys. Don't let any fear. Don't have any fear. The best way to have any fear is just embody that state that you really want and be grateful that the thing that I really want all the time, guys. So I make that mistake a lot. I manifest that car and I lose it. It's the same thing like for phone. But right now, I have a phone right now. You have no screen protector on it. Even like abused, but it's still work. It's still perfect. Still perfect. And that phone is still used right now. Perfect because I talk to the phone. I emotionally charge that phone with a good energy, with a good frequency. It's the same experience. Okay, it's the same experience with the I did people did with the flower or rice. So you take a flower, you took good, you send love with that flower, you give that vibration, that flower will stay alive. And you take another flower, you took bad thing, and guess what? That flower never dead. The reason why, because everything's energy, everything vibration. And people feed on energy, people feed on vibration. And especially your life too. Now, if you change, if you switch, if you switch your state of being, everything will start to change. But it's gonna be a lot of chaos in the 3D before it come natural to you. So guys, that's one thing I want to talk. So I have to go. I have something to do. I really appreciate guys. Please be ready I think next week, man. Mystical Professor is gonna be alive. You know, me and her are gonna talk about healing. Long distance healing. And show the science and share some experience. Me and her. You know, and guys, I'm so happy. I'm really happy. Good night, everyone. And thank you, Ariane, and thank you for everybody who was there. Thank you, everybody. Was there on the live with me. I really appreciate it. So I don't know when I'm gonna be live anymore because I never plan everything to be live, but I will be live. I don't know when. Probably any day. I don't know, but I know me and Mystical Professor are gonna be live on Friday. It's gonna be an amazing live. I'm waiting for everybody to come to learn and to share their own experience too, and ask anything they want. I did that with I did that with the flower. I got my daughter for graduation. The last for 2 months with the water just keeps Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's really true, guys. That's really really true, guys. Those things real, really real. So, guys, assume the best, see the best, and don't feel guilty to feel best. Don't feel guilty. Assume the best for yourself and for others. Remember, it's you against you. Nobody is against you. Just change self and surrender is really important, guys. Surrender. Surrender and don't be too hard with yourself. Enjoy the journey. It's a journey, guys. Peace and love.